Barnfield College Luton, A Tragedy in 50 Reviews, or How to Ruin Lives 101. Oh, my sweet summer children, gather round. Let me tell you a tale so wretched, so painfully avoidable that it physically hurts to recount it. Barnfield College Luton, a name that should be whispered in horror stories, not stamped on diplomas, if they even remember to give you one. Picture this: you're a bright-eyed little sapling ready to learn, to grow, maybe even become a plumber, or a whatever they promise you here. You walk in, the chairs broken, not a wobbly leg broken. No, these chairs look like they've survived a war. The computers, slower than a snail on sleeping pills. The toilets, oh darling. Let us just say soap is a myth, like unicorns or competent teachers. The teachers, or why education is a joke here. Imagine paying money actual currency to have someone teach you. Cute idea. At Barnfield, teachers fall into 3 categories. 1, the ghosts, poof, gone. One day your English teacher is there, the next, deported allegedly. Your coursework lost to the void, your future, laughs in administrative neglect. 2. The haters, math teacher. Oh, she is too busy ranting about America to explain algebra. Plumbing instructor, probably off not teaching plumbing. Supportive, oh honey no, they'd rather help a rock pass an exam. 3. The clueless. What is the assignment criteria? Blank stare, how do I pass? Shrugs. It is like they grabbed random people off the street and said, here, traumatize some kids. The facilities, or welcome to the dump, the library. LOL. It exists only for exams, aka you can study there. Classrooms, cramped like sardine cans but less hygienic. Chairs, if you're lucky you'll get one with most of its legs. Computers. Ancient relics that crash if you look at them wrong. And the toilets, oh the toilets are a biohazard. No soap, no dignity, just despair. The students, or Lord of the Flies, but worse, ever been stuck in a room with 30 teenagers who also didn't want to be here. It is chaos, drama, fights, actual violence. Shout out to the teacher who beat a student classy. The vibe, GCSE failures united. The college dumps them here like trash, then acts shocked when they act out. The betrayals, or how to gaslight a generation, false promises, we'll help you succeed. Lies, the math teacher literally said the days of helping students are over. Charming, lost certificates, oops, we forgot to send your diploma for a year. Whoopsie. Safeguarding, what is that? Vulnerable students, left to rot, complaints, ignored, rinse and repeat for a decade. The aftermath, or why you'll need therapy, 4 years. 4 years, and what do you get? A piece of paper, maybe, trust issues definitely, and the crushing realization that nobody here cared. Not the teachers, not the staff, certainly not the receptionists who treat you like gum on their shoe. So my dearest lost souls, if you're thinking of Barnfield College Luton.
Okay, so I was looking into stuff happening near Barnfield College Luton. It's depressing, honestly. You wouldn't believe the things people get up to, especially if you're just visiting for a couple weeks. Businesses around here, they seem normal, you know. Shops, places to get food, but some people, they take advantage. There's been this thing going on, mostly around Marsh Road, not right at Barnfield College, but close enough if you're walking around. People, usually men, getting approached with fake lottery tickets. Can you believe it? Like someone walks up to you and says, oh, I can't cash this, immigration issues, and wants you to give them money for a share of the winnings. Seriously. It mostly happens to South Asian men, apparently. I bet the poor guys felt so embarrassed after realizing, probably went straight to the police, but I doubt they ever saw their money again. And those scammers, they probably just moved on to the next town doing the same thing, laughing all the way. It's just awful, and it's not just that. There was a man from Luton who was jailed, but before that he was pretending to be a police officer. Can you even imagine, phoning people up and saying they were investigating something, needing your bank card and PIN for evidence? People near Barnfield College, if they get a call like that, they could easily give up their information. I bet a lot of people felt completely violated, like their trust was shattered. Maybe some had to cancel cards, change bank accounts, what a nightmare. And that guy, prison I guess, but it doesn't make up for the stress he caused. Then something really weird happened. Someone sold a house. Like someone pretended to be the owner and just sold it. Near Luton, not directly by Barnfield College, but still. I wonder what the new owners thought, moving in and then someone telling them it was all a fraud. They probably had to fight for ages to get their money back. And the scammers, what happened to them? They probably vanished with the money long before anyone figured it out. It's just the audacity. You know, these council things are happening too. Someone stole over £1 million meant for a school renovation. They pretended to be someone else and tricked the council into transferring the money. It's like, how can people be so cold? Near Barnfield College, the council offices are there, everyone knows them. I bet the people who lost the money were furious. And the school probably had to put the renovations on hold. It just keeps getting worse, doesn't it? Maybe that gang is still out there finding new ways to steal, preying on whoever they can. It's all just so disheartening.
Okay, here's the intro music, a melancholic piano piece with a slightly unsettling undercurrent. Good evening. Or perhaps a warning. We've just covered Barnfield College, Luton, a place of learning and one hope's aspiration. But a place is only as good as its surroundings, and I've spent some time looking into the businesses nearby. What I've found, well, it's left me with a heavy feeling, almost like discovering a beautiful postcard from a place that doesn't actually exist. It's become apparent to me that businesses in this area around Barnfield College, Luton, are fundamentally disappointing. Not in a loud, aggressively bad way, but in a deeply wearying one, a sort of slow erosion of hope. A place where once bright promises have withered into a landscape of neglect and, frankly, sometimes outright hostility. It's the kind of place that makes you question the very nature of optimism, a deeply sad place. I'm upset by what I found. I've gone through countless accounts from people who have ventured into these establishments, and a pattern emerges. A quiet desperation, a sense of being let down. I will attempt to convey this as accurately as possible, to paint a picture of what awaits. This isn't about individual failings, it's about a systemic tiredness. It clings to everything. Let's begin with what was once, apparently, a beacon of commerce, Luton Point. Shopping malls, you see, they should be brimming with life, with possibility. But Luton Point, according to nearly everyone who's visited recently, is a ghost of its former self. It feels hollowed out. People speak of a vibrancy that's vanished, a pond with flamingos, can you imagine? Replaced by a cluster of discount stores and, rather sadly, a lot of people simply existing within its confines. I felt a sharp pang reading accounts from those remembering better days, like a forgotten photograph. The sheer number of complaints about the state of the bathrooms is alarming. Apparently, the scent isn't just unpleasant, it's an assault. One person compared it to a urinal. A urinal, it indicates a fundamental lack of care, doesn't it? A disregard for basic human dignity. And then there's the pervasive sense of unease. Reports of antisocial behavior, people loitering, and a feeling of being unsafe, even in daylight. One person felt the atmosphere was so poor they described it as like visiting a third-world country. That is a strong statement. It is a grim picture. It suggests a place where opportunity has retreated, leaving behind a void that's slowly getting filled with something less desirable. Perhaps there's genuine hardship at play, and my sensitivity is being too harsh on the area, but it is difficult to ignore the overwhelming sense of negativity. I fear this reality will continue without significant intervention, and it is disheartening. Moving on, we encounter Total Wellbeing Luton. The name itself, it suggests solace, support. But the reality, based on the reviews, is tragically different. This is a place, it seems, where people go to seek help with deeply personal, often traumatic experiences, only to be met with indifference, delays, and a shocking lack of cultural sensitivity. The most troubling accounts revolve around the experiences of Black individuals who felt their concerns regarding racism were dismissed, even actively invalidated. One person described it as being told their trauma wasn't a valid subject for therapy because it was a societal issue. Imagine that, seeking help for a deeply personal wound and being told it doesn't matter. It churns my stomach, honestly. The level of dismissiveness is, frankly, appalling, and it isn't just racial sensitivity. There are complaints of unresponsiveness, of months passing without any appointments, of a general feeling of being treated as a statistic rather than a human being. It seems this organization prioritizes ticking boxes over actually providing meaningful support. It feels perverse, a cruel irony.
A place called Total Wellbeing, causing further distress. I am deeply angered by this. Now let's briefly consider Desert's Rose Park Street. Here the feedback is sparse, but the one concerning review details an incident with music containing deeply offensive